Welcome to Press Room,
a room where all are welcome. Today's episode is about supporting small business brands and the positive side of social media.
So there is a positive side of social media because you've always heard me say I have a love-hate relationship with it. And we talked about social media in a previous episode this season.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a big topic. And I know we were talking about earlier, we've seen it change so much over, dare I say, the decades. I'm pre-social media. So
Yes.
I definitely have seen the evolution of it.
I know we spoke a lot about the other platforms as well in a previous episode, but I don't know about what you think, but I think the whole rise of social media, especially with small businesses and getting events out, it was like Facebook era really helped it, but I think Instagram era is what actually really blew everything up even more. Like it's like constant you're seeing events or small business marketing or, it's just more in your face with Instagram than I even thought with Facebook. Yeah, I remember going to a lot of events in the city in my early 20s, and it was very hard to find out about all of the events because we didn't have that accessibility to all social media. We did have emails and we would get it through there mostly.
Letters?
Or but then somehow, somewhere, if you're in the city, you would get the flyers, the cardstock looking flyers.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how you would find out about half of these events. And, the events that we all go to are where the small businesses are jewelry, food. It could be various types of industries across the board. And that's what we had back then about 20 plus years ago, but it's a different beast now because of social media, because it's people know about it readily, like right away, that the audience is receptive to it more.
And there's a bigger audience. You're
Yeah.
accessing a bigger audience, and everyone can share so instantaneously. Everyone can be there instantaneously. You then are able to share what's happening at the event straight away, whether it be live or posting straight away. So there is a lot to be said about it. And I know, again, we've talked about all the sort of crazy stuff that happens with social media, but there has been, at least for all of us, when we use social media, I know each one of us is very mindful of what we do and how we use it. And it is somewhat strategic, but still authentic. We talked about authenticity earlier, and how you use social media is totally up to you, I think. But being able to use it in a positive way, especially in terms of supporting small businesses, is one of the things I do love about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we could just pause there, we could probably shout out everything that we're wearing as well. Like I'm wearing all small businesses right now. My top is Dotake. My earrings are my brand Snow Design and my earrings. And then I just bought this necklace from a brand called Liqueur. So like, again, I found all of these, aside from my own, I found all of these brands through social media. Like I saw it on Instagram, like Instagram ads was just putting like especially Dotake, like, I mean, Rashmi, because you have a lot of her pieces too. Like they're very quirky and there's a lot of food related stuff. So that like the algorithm was like, all right, Sonam loves food stuff. Let me get her food fabric.
Yeah. Whereas I'm wearing A to Pearl. Actually, I realized I'm A to Pearl. These two is a South Asian woman who's incredible. And this is Collected XX, a brand that both of these brands I found out about in a pop-up. I think one was El Souk and the other one was another one downtown. And again, those ones actually El Souk I fell upon because I saw the event, the very original event happening. But because of that, I was then able to just like keep on touch of what's going on and then share it with others. And of course, back to that point, us wearing them when we have a picture taken, we can also shout them out. So it's a very interesting way of being able to use the platforms in a way that still feels supportive. And again, I keep using the word authentic, but it's just normal. I wear earrings every day. So I literally have, whether it be Snow's Design or Malicious or any of the small businesses that I know. And I am also discovering now, like now I know about this new necklace. I'll be like looking at them and I'm sure my phone has already picked up on it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's listening.
That's one of the beasts. That's one of the bits that I don't like. But yeah, I think using it a lot of people also ask us, how do you find out about events? How do you find out about these businesses? Again, we're on social media because of our businesses. And then we also share everything that we learn about. and we go
Yeah.
out there when things do happen so that we can be present with people in real life. So it's not just all about social media. It's important to still use that as the base and then go out there and actually speak to these founders and businesses in person.
I'd also like to, I know we haven't really done an introduction in a while, and some of you that are listening knows us individually, but I own a brand called Snows Design. Rashmi is a photographer, Rashmi Gill photographer. And
Yeah.
now what's new is Priya is a realtor. So she has her realtor
Yay!
Instagram account. Yeah. So she's
Yes.
now like really coming into the whole Instagram world and marketing her brand now. So I'd love to hear, because yours, it's more you're selling the houses. So it's I don't want to say it's not product based, like it's not like small products like this or service as Rashmi does, but yours is a
It's a
house. So
business still.
how do you really get consumers to find your social media now?
So I use the Instagram page that I have and I toggle it back to my personal page. I'll tag it there. But what I am finding is that when I do put social media posts, stories, and I share it wherever, social media is so helpful because I do get a lot of responses from people. Where is this house? I want to see this house. Oh, can I look? Which area is it? They ask all the questions and the dialogue comes. And I will tell you, I'm getting right now a lot of buyers from me just posting. You know,
Amazing.
I mean, there's a whole nother topic of why there may be people that aren't selling at this point, but
Yeah.
but it's a buyer's market at this point. But I've been getting more of my clients with my social media posts. So it's been so helpful.
Yeah.
And I think that's, going back to the positive side of social media, it allows you to connect to other people that you didn't even know from before. That's the other thing. There are people that I'm getting connected to, people from many years ago, and then I'm getting responses from clients that I've never met. So I really love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But
I
I
know we
also feel like
briefly
you're selling. Oh, sorry. I was going to
sorry,
say
go
No,
you're
ahead.
you're selling a lifestyle, right? So
correct.
for you,
Yeah.
it's also a way to kind of like go through those doors and show what someone else's house is like, but put prospective clients in a position of this could be your house. Imagine yourself
Correct.
having coffee at the coffee table or the breakfast table, and then watching TV with your
It's
family,
cool.
or having dinner around this beautiful table or this area with this beautiful view and this expansive space in the backyard, or whatever it is. You're selling an experience, so
Rashmi, do you want to be a
Storytelling.
realtor?
you know I've got
Just
plenty of time, clearly. Let's
Yeah.
just add this to my list of things to do. Sure. But no, it's true.
it
Multifaceted.
is a lifestyle. It
You're
is a
selling a
lifestyle.
lifestyle, and
Yeah.
it's not just bricks and mortar. People are you're first of all spending a lot of money, so you want to feel what it's going to be like, and then you also have to sell a vision. Sometimes I'm sure you've seen some houses where you go in and you're like, oh boy, this place needs a complete overhaul, and no matter how much I set it up and stage it, things need to be done. So you might have to create a vision for people to see.
Yeah. They
Yeah, it's
are
like
With
receptive to it.
storytelling.
Yeah.
storytelling,
It's
exactly.
interesting.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you'll see the posts. I do the storytelling, and people are like, "Oh, I like that." And then they start asking questions. What's the community like? Where is
Mm.
it located? And they ask all those questions going back to, is it going to fit my lifestyle? Is it going to also budget wise? So there's many components to it. But yes, social media does help fill that, lifestyle that they're looking for.
I wonder when you do your videos like that, like obviously your main goal is to sell the house, but like from what we were just saying earlier with like marketing other small businesses with what we're wearing and everything, with you, is there like a way where you could also market like the interior designing part of it? Like if there's like a table and someone's watching your video and they're like, oh my God, I love that table. Like, where do I get that from? Is that also something that you can work like maybe with the designers or like the small businesses that like they bought the table from, or the paintings or anything in the house that makes it a house?
So what happens is clients will ask, who did, not as just for furniture, but who did the crown molding? Who did this? They ask
Yeah.
for vendors. So then that allows not just for design, but other contractors, other vendors to have
Love
the
that.
connection from the realtor to the client. So it's just not that. But I do get those questions. Well, where is that furniture from? Where is that table from? Oh, who did the lighting? Who did the interior designing? Who did the staging? You get all those questions. So you do
Yeah.
get that aspect of it. And I
I
do
like,
like that
yeah.
because it allows it's a domino effect
Yeah.
of how businesses will end up getting connected with each other.
And it's relationships, right? You're building
Correct.
relationships. And I think that's the one thing. Again, I talk about this love-hate relationship with social media. What I don't like about it is there's lack of tactile, sort of touching, feeling products. I'm a very tactile person. I like to see what it feels like. But
Yeah.
also I miss sort of being in person. But it's a way of connecting you to product, services, and people so that you can then meet in person. So I'm very conscious of setting up meetings with people in person so that I can meet them and have that special extra connection. I will say I don't do it with everyone because I don't have time. And my time is very precious to me, but it definitely is a way of stepping up to be able to do that in-person connection,
Oh,
which for me
100%.
is very
Yeah.
important. So
You
I
know,
wouldn't
I come
rely on it externally, just completely.
Yeah, no, I think, with social media, you lose that connection with your clients, your friends, even your family. And to take that extra step to meet with your clients professionally or whoever it may be, it strengthens those bonds with those individuals. And that's
Yeah.
still important. Social media is a very visual, fast satisfaction and, instant
Yeah.
gratification.
And very addictive. Let's not even get, I mean, that's a
The
whole
doom
separate topic.
scrolling.
I
Yeah.
could go into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole section of that we could talk
Yes.
about when it comes to children, the effects on children, the addiction, and all the horrible things that can happen. And I have so many views on that, but I mean, we can't talk about that because we would have to have a whole separate
Yes.
conversation
That'll be
about
our
that. But I'd love
third
to,
social media
yeah, I feel
episode.
like we
Yes.
should, but
There's just some, yeah.
so, and even as adults, we can be very addicted to it. So we have to learn how to put it away and also take a break. I think that's just as important as using it as a tool, but knowing when to put it down.
Right. But I think what
Yeah.
happens is with social media, let's say, with Rashmi, you have photography. Sonam, you have your business for your jewelry, but you do get requests for customization for your photography packages or for your jewelry. Sometimes with social media, you're not able to get those answers from a client perspective, from a consumer perspective. And I think when you talk to people and pick up the phone, or even email, and if you meet one on one, you're going to get all the information that you want.
Yeah. I
And
want to
that's
play devil's advocate there though, because it's like that part of it, the meeting people in real life, picking up the phone, that's always been there. I think we've lost that art because people are
correct.
now a little bit more fearful because they're behind the screen. But the devil's advocate part of it is that I think social media has brought a lot more like one-to-one FaceTime. Like think about like celebrities, like paparazzis, right? Paparazzis, we would only see photos of celebrities when the paps would take photos of them. But now celebrities are posting their own photos in like that second. So we're seeing that photo as soon as that event or something is happening. So you feel that like one-to-one connection because it's happening kind of right away. And on top of that, like sometimes the celebrities will even message you back or someone will message you back. I mean, I've meet a lot of connections on social media with quote unquote famous people that I would have never thought I would speak to in real life. And I think a lot of people feel the same. I mean, not to say like I'm like this big brand or anything, but when I message someone back, they're like, whoa, I would have never thought a brand would message me back. And like, that's like at least the good part about social media is that we do have that ability if we have the time to message people back, like in our DMs, have the emails back and forth. Like, and there's more of like I feel like, it, I don't want to say it humanizes it, but like you just have more of a connection you can build through social
You
media
have
and then
access.
take it out. The access, yeah, and then
access.
take it out. Then have the access in real life and further build on that if you have, the time
Yeah,
to, if you have a team to be able to do that as well. It's like, just don't stick inside the social media and assume that's it. Like, this is where I'm
yeah,
going to build everything, because everything, that's where you start. It's everything outside of it is where you continue to build
yeah.
then your brand and your name and everything.
Yeah. Well, we
Right. And
talked
then when
about this as well. It's not just what you put out there on social media or digitally, it's how you also are in person when you meet
Yes.
people. That's you and your brand too. And people will connect. Majority of people will connect more in person than they will offline. And if you are different off online versus offline, there's no
Yeah.
trust. People aren't going to trust you at all. So yeah, it's important for people to get behind in front of this. Sorry, they need to stop holding on to this as a shield and get beyond it.
Yeah.
And again, part of a whole different conversation, people hide behind it. And unfortunately, that's when, there's lots of issues that come later on in life. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. Gives you the access, but don't just use it as the one and done.
Yeah.
speaking of hiding, Sonam and I have discussed this. You and I have discussed this as well, Rashmi. And
I
it's
think
a
they say
topic
Sonam
that's
hides.
no, 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 no. Sonam does not hide. No. What I want to talk about. Chupke, chupke.
Boy, okay, this is not Bollywood. Keep going.
Anyway, so, we're in an environment, we're in a time at this point globally hiding certain things from social media. And as small businesses, there are individuals or groups that are not going to talk about the political environment. And I don't want to say the word cancellation or non-supportive words, because if you don't align politically with your consumers, it could be backlash, right? And it's something that we're seeing slowly. How do you guys feel about that, especially coming from
Yeah.
your aspect of your businesses? And in Rashmi and Sonam, you have more options to connect with these people because you're going to all these events more than I am.
I'm very clear. If you don't agree with my beliefs and my values, you're not my client, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not here to please everyone, and there's a lot of people that I actually don't want to please because I don't believe in their ideologies or values or beliefs or the way that they have reacted to events, whether it be recently or in the past 5, 10, 20 years. If you don't align with who I am as a person first and then as a brand, you're not my client. And it's okay. Unfollow me. I
Yeah.
don't care. For me, we talked about this as well. It's not the amount of followers, it's the people that follow me.
Yeah.
I genuinely am grateful for every single person who follows me, likes anything, shares, comments, whatever, interacts. And if you're going to do it, I want you to do it out the goodness of your heart and authentic sort of being rather than just for the sake of it. And if you don't believe in anything I say, which is whether it be political, cultural, value system, cancel me, block me, I don't care. I'm not here to please
Yeah.
everyone. I'm here to please myself first and those that are near and dear to me and do things that make me feel good and make me feel like I'm doing something for servicing someone else. And it's as simple
Well,
as that
that's
for
the
me.
difference. The difference is that you're not looking at the following count, whereas I think a lot of people do, especially when you become viral, you get all of these followers all of a sudden, and that really heightens your ego. Like, you get that like self-satisfaction, right? That instant gratification. And just like Rashmi, like, I have always been very consistent that I'm the brand is me. There's no distinction
Yeah.
with the two. Like, they are both the same because I'm the person that's going to be in the forefront, my face, my views, my values, everything. So, again, same thing. Like, yeah, maybe it's not good from a business standpoint of like, I'm not going to make business with, I'm not going to sell this product because this person doesn't like my views. Guess what? I'm going to find 5 other people that will like my views and my products
Exactly.
and stuff. And that's the distinction. It's like, yeah, you want to monetize as much as you can, but then at the same time, with the way the world is going and with social media and people wanting that authenticity, is that you can really only sell to people who really value your brand. I mean, look at what's going on with Target, right? Like, everyone
Yeah.
valued Target with what they stood for. And as soon as they took out the DEI program,
It went
everyone
to.
was like they're going in turmoil now, right? So that even says too, the big box stores is that people want to know who you are. Like they want to know what you're standing up for, because if my money is going to you, I want to know that we're aligned. So on the flip side, if I'm taking your money, same thing. Like if you're wearing my products, especially because I hand make everything, I want you to be wearing it with the same values and views as
Yep.
me. And if you don't align, I mean, I've said a lot of stuff with everything going on politically right now. And I honestly haven't seen many like lost followers. I've had a lot of bots follow me recently, so like those are gone, which is fine. But actual people, I don't feel like I've lost any followers. So the people like the influence that are speaking up now because they were scared to lose the followers, they actually lost more followers by not speaking up. And now they're kind of scrambling to speak up and be like, well, you guys always knew our views and values. And it's like, not really. We didn't.
Yeah.
You had the platform. You have like tens of thousands of followers. You could have said it months ago. So I think that's the thing when you're looking at the count versus like actual like being authentic and talking to people and the value of that.
Yeah,
That's the
and
hard
with
part about that.
but that's social media, and I go back to supporting small businesses with each other. How about
Yeah.
that? That's the other level of it, when it comes to the politics or culturally, ethically, morally, whatever those buckets are. Have you seen a difference with supporting each other? Or is it something that you feel that you all are so aligned that it's not even
Mm.
a topic? Do you see what because some people are
I
like, oh, that's.
haven't I haven't worked with a brand, I think, that didn't have the same value. There was like even I mean, there's actually some pop-ups that I no longer do because of who the person is that's throwing the pop-up. Like it's not even just like what their views and values are, but like also just the way they treat small businesses. Like that's one thing that I'm also very hyper vigilant about is like if you're gonna treat us like shit, like we're making you money at the end of the day. You can't then treat me like this. So I don't know. I think I have seen brands where like they haven't spoken up. Will that make me inclined not to work with them? I don't really know. I haven't had that opportunity presented to me to work with them. But will I remember? Yes. I know who's saying stuff right now and who's not, who's scared. And look, and people are scared too. I'm going to give that as well. Like it is a scary environment. If you're scared to speak up because of the position you're in, I think you get grace for that. But if you have,
Yeah, I know, but there's certain things, I'm just going to come in there. There's certain
yeah.
things that are just very black and white. There is serious
Oh,
things
yeah.
going on which are
Oh, yeah.
totally wrong and nothing you can say can justify it, yet people are.
I agree with that.
And
That's what I'm saying. There's a different valleys. It's like, what can you say?
yeah,
What can you not say type thing. Like, I think there's a lot to be said. I don't think you can talk about everything at the same time as well. Like, that's the thing. Like,
yeah, yeah. No, I hear that. I hear that. Yeah, you can't talk about everything all the time, but what's happening at that particular time you can, I suppose, is the
yeah.
one way of looking at it, right? Yeah. So I mean, using the platform for good is always something that I think,
And we never had that before. Social
yeah.
media has allowed us to have this platform that it's like, why not use that platform to reach
Mm,
out to more people, to be able
yeah.
to give people more like education and give them numbers and emails and stuff that they can
Tools,
do, any tools.
resources. Yeah.
If you have
I
the
mean,
opportunity to, why not give those resources to people?
well,
That's what I don't understand.
you guys know I do a lot of like stuff that allows me to be more environmentally friendly. So whether it be recycling, food composting, um, or even my clothes, I actually buy a bag from a company called Trashy. I put everything in there, send it off, and they repurpose it for various things. I just recently posted about a company that you know
Saw
all the
that.
plastic all the packets that you get all your food and your
Yeah.
fruit and God knows what else in, that doesn't actually recycle. You can't recycle that in your regular household
Oh,
recycling. So exactly. And so I bought these bags where you put them in and you send them off. So I did a very quick story on it because, again, I want other people to know, again, just to understand that not everything gets actually recycled in that recycling bag that you send off on the street. And two, there are other options out there of people who are doing amazing things to try and do those little things to make a difference. And even if the three of us now did it, it makes a difference. And then if you told three other people and then they told three other people,
I was going to say that's what the cycle happens. It's like when one person makes a change, hopefully that other person will then carry that on and then they'll tell the next person. And with the three of us, I mean, we're creating this podcast to have that platform for other people, not only to say their stories, but like, again, to teach others like certain things, like you're either not alone in this, or maybe you're also making an assumption the way I made an assumption, but let me teach you it's actually this, not this. And it's like, I think a lot of people have a platform with social media and it's just not being utilized properly. And that's the sad part about it. Cause it's like, yeah, there's a lot of negativity with social media, but there's so many positive aspects that you can use it for. And a lot of people haven't hit that. And I think honestly, it's because of a selfish reason. Because again, it's that instant gratification of how can I make this about me? How can I monetize
yeah,
on this? How can I do something?
yeah.
And that is
Or
like,
it
that's
might
like, how do you get
be,
away?
yeah, or it might be that they're just running for wherever the fad is right now, and then they're just going to keep
Exactly.
changing. And
Right.
so they actually stand for nothing. Like you, 1 minute you're this way, next
Yeah.
minute you're that
I
way. It's
hate
like,
that part of it too.
yeah,
When I look for clothes or jewelry, I don't want it to be from the department stores or anything,
yeah,
because I always find, because of my personality and what my likes are, and when I find small businesses, when they provide different products, it hits a little bit and resonates with me more, because it actually, I feel like it's catering to different personalities, but it's also uniqueness that these small businesses are providing to their consumers. Because
Yeah.
when you look, everyone doesn't want the same shirt that somebody else wants, or the
mm,
same earrings that other people want. They want that uniqueness to each product. So I like seeing that from the social media aspect, because sometimes I'm being forced to just buy something from, let's say, a department store, like, or even from Target or any of these Walmart, whatever those types of stores are. I don't want to go to those stores all the time. I want to have options from the small businesses to go shopping. I want to have options to buy or have products from, like a photographer or a wedding planner or whoever it may be. Those are the different industries that I can think off the top of my head. But I want that uniqueness. And that's why
mm,
I like the small businesses now. And I like the fact that social media is able to band them together.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
for sure. Again, back to access.
Yes.
Um, all right. So, ladies, we're coming up to the end of this session. Again, we could talk for hours. What's your top tip, or what's your biggest kind of love that you have of social media? What do
I'll
you
go
love the
first.
most?
I love being able to see, again, from a small business view as well, but as a consumer view, I love seeing behind the scenes videos. Like, I love seeing you make that product, or who's making that product for you. If you're getting this outfit done made in India, like I love seeing the seamstress
Mm,
there and seeing like how they're making that product. I think it's such an art in itself to make something out of nothing. And a lot of people are now really understanding like, wow, this was like literally a piece of string and now it's a whole shirt. And I think a lot of consumers are really relating to that aspect and really wanting to know the value of who's making their product. So I think that's my biggest tip. I know a lot of people hate content creating, me especially, but
oh my
it does
gosh.
help. It helps. People love to see, like consumers love to see how that product's being made or how you developed something, like how your brain works, basically.
Yeah, I love that.
Is a little bit of an addition to what you're saying, Sonam. It is the passion and the inspiration that is
Yeah.
being translated through the social media for those small businesses. That is what I love when it comes to this topic. I think it's just beautiful to see it that way. When I look at you make your designs, and I see you, Rashmi, she translates everything in her photography. It just shows that the passion and the inspiration that you're giving to other people. So that's my thing
Mm.
about it.
I love that. Well, I mean, I'm all about founder stories and the behind the scenes and all of that. So I love that. I think the one other thing that would be a big takeaway is, again, that sort of being able to connect offline, but then create
Mhm.
the online connection offline. So yeah, I like the idea that you can connect online and then connect offline. So it's a way of accessing someone or connecting with them that you may not have done, whether it be in the state that you're in, the city that you're in, or elsewhere, to be honest, and be able to share it both locally and nationally and internationally. So that in itself is a big part of social media for me. There, I said I do love social media, but I hate it as well.
You heard it here. You heard it here.
I love you, social media, but I hate you as well. And I don't use the word hate often. It's a burden. But yeah, no, I love this. But if anybody has any questions, or if you even have any things that you love about social media or have found really helpful, please share it with us so that others can also benefit from your insights. As always, Press Room is a room where everyone is welcome. And so we have started this to allow for open conversations and spaces which are welcoming to all.
And please feel free to DM either one of us, if not Press Room directly, one of our own personal accounts. We will always be messaging back, especially if it's a topic that we've spoken about here. This is what we want. We want engagement. We want conversations to be happening. And we want you to know that you're not alone in anything that you're doing.
And if you have any suggestions for other small businesses, let us know. We're all about it.
Yeah.
Or what's
sure.
where. What's where.
Yes.
What's where.
So
what
please
to
let us
do,
know.
where to go.
Yeah.
And who needs support, especially right now. If you feel like there's a small business or an independent business that is really struggling with something, let us know so that we can also share or support in any way that we can. Nothing is too small. So yeah, please be in touch.
Thank you for tuning in to Press
Thank
Room,
you.
a room where all are welcome.
All are welcome.
And we're looking forward to seeing you next time.